hard to see. When you pray to find love, I know somewhere we could be. There's a place where we can go tonight. The rhythm will make it right, where everyone is happy and the sun will shine all night. Good time, let everybody sing. Why don't you let yourself slip out of control? We could have a good time, let everybody sing. Get your feet up on the floor. So when the world feels dark and friends seem hard to find, you know how to light a spark, just to let your worries unwind. When you're down, there's just one way to go. Let us ascend tonight. Everyone could be so happy and the sun will shine all night. Have a good time, let everybody sing. Why don't you let yourself slip out of control? We could have a good time, let everybody sing. Get your feet up on the floor.
Good morning, everybody. I have good news today. Brittany's awake. Brittany's awake, and we're really going to do this live stream today. So, yay, yay. And the second bit of news is Natasha posted this morning that, yes, she did. Her daughter did have the baby. Everything's well. And other than she's a little bit ticked because other people found it on Facebook and posted it when she didn't want to post it yet. So, but really happy for you, Natasha. Really happy for I hope it was an easy birth and everything. Congratulations on your first grandchild. So, y'all go over and congratulate Natasha. She made a post about it. Brittany's here. Welcome, Brittany. Yay. Welcome to Mel Mel, Angela's Clips and Giggles. What was rude? What was rude, Giggles? I'm going to call you Giggles. That she was awake or here or not. Let's see. Who else is here? Texas Angel, Nightmare, Welsh. Y'all, it's my channel's official 1 year anniversary today. And not the time when I actually started doing videos, but I'm just gonna go with it's today. And I also hit 1,700 subs. So yay, yay. What a party. What a party. Oh, Brit's here. Come on up, Brittany. Hey, hey. Let me continue to say hi to everybody real quick here, Brittany. Oh, how are you today? Awake? That's good.
I'm alive. I'm alive.
Yay.
Do your hello. I got you. Barbara, are you muted or is that mine?
Yes, I'm muted. I'm getting.
It's muted again.
This mic has this little feature where if you touch it here, it turns red and it goes mute.
Weird.
And if I just breathe on it too close. So I thought that was a cool feature, but it shouldn't turn itself off that easily. So thanks for letting me know. Clover, Clover's here. You slept through the other one? Oh, you slept through the Sleuthy. No, you didn't sleep through anything. Fiddle-dee-dee. Let's go. Good to see everybody. And I don't know some of you guys. NyQuil, that'll do it. That'll do it. I'm always paranoid about my mic going muted. Y'all, another thing today is the Casey Anthony little 3-part series is out, and I'm going to watch that thanks to somebody who's going to help me I don't have that on my I don't have premium on that, but I'm gonna be able to watch it, and so in a few days, we'll go live about it and talk about the, um, what came out in it. We already know some, and I doubt there's gonna be anything too, too big a deal about it, but we'll still go talk about it. You know, thanks, Brittany, about this, that, and, you have to have content, so, it's new, so hey, Cindy Ann, Sweet Sleuthy, oh, I put a smile on your face. Ooh, some mornings, I don't know if I can smile. Hey, Merp, Merp, how do you say that? Merp. I have a lot of nicknames over here, mostly Hedgehog, but, hey, Beatlemaniac, if I miss anybody, I'm so sorry, Lady V. Gotta get, Brittany going here. Billy Sunday, let's see. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Gary, thanks for being here, Gary. Gary's one of my mods. Lady Tinkerbell. Merp. Is that off of Merb? Because they call me Barb. Frustrating to say the least, Amber. Okay, well, glad you're here, Texas. So, Brittany, what brings us here today? What are we going to talk about? What are we going to discuss?
Well, it so I thought that it would be a good idea because Barb and I have I hope you don't kill me for this, but Barb and I have been talking privately about our journey on YouTube and how we both have tried to step away from the drama, the toxicity, because it takes its toll on a person, right? I mean, it's awful. Um, so I come up with a clever idea. I don't know. We might regret this later. I hope not. But that we should do a panel and actually discuss what we've been through as creators and some of the hurdles that we faced in our time on YouTube. And I think that it might be good for us as creators and you as subscribers and us as subscribers even to have that conversation because I'm out of the loop on a lot, but there are some things that I've seen lately that are just blowing my mind. I can't believe how horrifically nasty some people have gotten across this platform. It's it's going to end badly if somebody doesn't just walk away and stop.
Right? I'm
I
looking
mean,
for I'm putting your link in here. Y'all subscribe to Brittany if you aren't already. Here's her channel. If my mods could just keep dropping that throughout, that would be very, very good. Thank you, if you can. Got the membership pinned at the top. So we'll just keep dropping her link. So yeah, like what is the worst? And we're not going to be talking about specifics here. I think, right, Brittany? We're just going to
no,
general.
nope.
Yeah, we don't want to call anybody out or anything like that. So what was like the worst thing for you? Uh, or do you have one that was like oh my gosh, that one really got me?
Well, my kids.
Mm,
So I always tell people if I could get a do-over when I created my username, I would have never came on here with my name. Like I'd be some off the wall crap that wasn't even close to Brittany J if I'd have known how bad this gets.
uh-huh.
And and you would not ever know that I have kids either. I would have claimed they were my nephews or something. Like
Right.
straight up. So probably for me, the worst that I've experienced is my kids being brought into it. Judging me as a parent when you could never judge somebody as a parent by what a 5-minute little increment that you hear in the background. You know what I mean? Like if you're not there to see that person every day and how they live their life, you can't judge somebody's parenting. And then to try to threaten to call, you know, CPS and stuff, that's probably the worst doxing. My address has been pretty effed up. Making channels about me. I don't know. I could keep going. There's a lot. It's bad.
But the first thing you said, it's your kids.
My
So
kids
yeah.
definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Angie Brooke, I have been attacked for no reason, and any reason I have to be attacked seems to get, you know, swept under the rug. So, because I'm not perfect, and I never claim to be perfect, but yeah, they've gone at me for stuff, and I got doxxed, and I'm going to say it every live stream I have. I got doxxed because somebody wants to make a big deal about me saying that I got doxxed. So, it's not, the first thing I did when I got doxxed was, well, I went and got a Ring camera, and not that day or anything, but it to me that scared me because the way my name is, it's different, and there aren't a ton of people with that name, so it's pretty easy to find me. And I've told everybody where I live. So if you're new to me, I live in a vacation town, lakes, and it's an old town with well, I live in Hot Springs, Arkansas. And everybody knows. And so it's a vacation, it's a resort for a lot of people. It's a thing. And so you can just find me. It's so easy. And so
Yeah.
when that got put out there, that was scary. If anybody doesn't understand that, they haven't had it done to them because
No.
yeah, and I mean, I live alone and everybody knows that because I share on here. And you know, why did I deserve that? I mean, you know, um, I haven't done that to anybody else. So yeah, the doxing and stuff for me is probably the worst. And then the reaction to that, uh, with people making it content to make fun of me. I don't care how I react. Why are you making fun of me for talking about something that happened to me? I just don't get that. But and Brittany, I say it all the time. There's so many different personalities on here, and people go after different people for different reasons, and we don't have any control over that, and we're too far
No, we
in.
don't. Right? But so what blows my mind though is like once I kind of got to know you a little more and I can, get a good handle on what your personality's like and your demeanor. It really does kind of shock me that people come for you because I've told you this privately. I said, you're not built for this. And neither am I. You're not a confrontational person. You come off to me very much like, if anything, you try to avoid the confrontation.
Yeah.
So when you call and tell me about people coming for you, I'm like, what is wrong with these people? And you know what I think it is, Barb? I think it's easy targets. You obviously don't take low blows, neither do I. So it's easy to go after somebody if you know the retaliation's not going to be severe.
Yeah, I know Jess has said that publicly that I'm not that I'm an easy target, and I understand. Yeah, I understand that, and it is because I'm not going to do the low blows and everything, but it doesn't mean what some people don't know is that I'm not really this easy pushover. I do have ways to voice myself, and it may not be uh the way other people do it, but we all have our ways of how we react and everything. So it's not going like noticed or um I'll respond in ways that I respond, and it could be a month later, it could be um tomorrow. You know what I'm saying, Brittany?
Yeah.
But not
Yeah.
how they do it. Not
No. That's what I said. Like, even the stuff that you've done with
I'm not
Natasha,
innocent, Cole. I'm not innocent, Cole.
she's not, but at the same time, you're not vicious either. Like I even
No.
told you that. Even the streams that you do on Natasha is more parody based and comical. You never come at her in a harsh way. So um, the fact that somebody would dox you and put your life at risk, and I mean, let's be real, you're very much risking someone's life when you do that because you don't know what people are on YouTube that may take that information and do something nefarious with it. You just
Mhm.
don't know. So it's amazing to me the links that people will go to, and for what? Like, what do you get from putting somebody's personal information out on YouTube or the internet in general? I mean, does that make I just don't understand how anybody could do that and actually feel okay with themselves.
Mm-mm. Well, that's the thing is we all have different we're all different, and so what is over the top for me is not over the top for the next person, and I can't, we can't control that, and I'll ignore some things and some things I won't. I don't really have a set pattern for that either. Like I'm gonna talk back at somebody. It kind of depends on like I guess what they do. I don't know. You know how it is. We just get it's just stupid. And I
I
don't
like
like it and I don't like it when other people are attacked, but if I go and say anything about it, if you go make a comment somewhere, then you're gonna get attacked for that by the other side, and, "Ooh, look at her."
Yeah. I like what Amber just said though. Like there's a difference between calling out bad behavior,
Yeah.
versus
Mhm.
body shaming and calling people names and taking low blows. There is a huge difference there.
Yeah.
So, but and another thing you just said a while ago, like if someone tells you that, it's not a big deal, well, it's because they haven't been there. And me
Mhm.
and you talked about this yesterday. This is one of the main reasons that I wanted to do this with Barb is because, and I don't want to sound like Natasha because I know she said this before, but it's so true. You never will truly understand what it's like until you go through it. To have a person go on panel and just rip you to shreds in front of 1,000 people, it's I mean, you have to be a strong person to be able to endure that and stay here. People say they take your kindness for weakness. Well, a weak person couldn't deal with that.
Mm-mm.
Period. And I feel like, I don't mean this towards anybody in chat. Don't take me wrong. I'm just speaking in general from things that I've seen. But I have seen subscribers say, this is my entertainment. And I feel like people forget sometimes that we're humans too. Like, yes, this is somewhat entertainment, but at the end of the day, behind this computer screen, we're real people with real emotions and feelings. And it very much does affect us.
And some people have, varying degree I mean, we have varying degrees of, sensitivity, and some of us are more sensitive than others, and some of us feel deeper than others, and sometimes, subscribers, I don't think and again, I don't wanna I mean, I'm like Brittany, I don't wanna, you know, go at the subscribers because 'cause we're all subscribers. But when subscribers play into everything and they make these comments about you and they do these things, somebody the other day, they were saying I'm a snake and uh, Voices said that I'm oh, what's that called? A tragedy pimp. I'm like, I'm a tragedy pimp? Where? you know, you got these people doing all this stuff begging for money and I'm a tragedy pimp? I can ignore that kind of stuff. I know I'm bringing it up now, but I'm just saying, you know.
How? What tragedy have you what do you call it, exploited?
I've talked about Quentin a little bit, Cher and all that stuff going on with her, but,
What's true crime?
I'm not tragedy pimping. I'm not dropping my link and asking for it's just so weird. But people say what they say. You just have to let it go over your head, but it and that's one of those things that I'm just like, that's so far from the truth that I don't care what she says because it's not anywhere near truth, but other things might have a little bit of me going, "Well, wait, am I? Do I? Do I do that?" You know what I'm saying?
No, don't let them do you like that. It kills me because when it comes to the YouTube drama, money is always brought up. Money's the first thing that people talk about. If you're not manipulating your subscribers, sadfish and doing things like nefariously to get um, super chats and cash apps and all of that stuff, if your subscribers want to support you, that's on you and your subscribers. I don't get this all up in other people's business about their money. YouTube offers, you know, a service where you can get super chats, you can monetize your channel. It's there, and it kills me how people are like, "Oh, she's getting all these super chats, and she monetized that video." Well, yeah, that's what it's there for.
Right?
I mean, why? Like, what are you even saying? I don't even give a what people say anymore. I get I gave up on that a long time ago because I realized, Barb, the same people, and y'all pay attention to what I'm saying. The ones who are always talking about the money on other creators always end up doing the very thing that they were fussing about later on. And it shows that the only reason that they're worrying about it and harping on it is because they're jealous. Period.
Well, I don't know why they'd be jealous of me because I'm not getting like I don't make a lot of money on here. I don't drop links. I don't pin my link. I don't talk about, I'll say, well, I posted my membership link at the top. And then if somebody asks me for my Cash App or PayPal, which they do sometimes, I'll say, well, it's in my about section. I don't even drop it. So I mean, like there's some stuff that's so crazy. I'm just like that. I mean, I brought it up, yeah, so I must have noticed it, but it didn't bother me. I just don't get how she could it's just the craziest shit. And anyway, I didn't mean to bring up anybody, but I'm just saying.
No, but it is. It's insane. And honestly, I was just telling Craig this morning before he left. I have a newfound respect for YouTube creators because for so long I was like, oh my God, that's an easy. That would be so easy to do, put out videos, go live. All you got to do is go live and talk. Like that was the perception that I had until now. I'm on the other side and I realize, oh my God, this consumes me. I literally, y'all, there's so much time, especially when you're doing content lives. When you prepare for them, Barbara, you have to prepare.
Mhm.
You have to do the research. You have to form the timelines, get the stuff together. That alone takes hours. And then not to mention what you got to pay out of your own pocket to stream properly and to make sure your setup's right. There is so much that goes into this. So I have nothing but respect for creators who do this the right way and they're not out, to hurt other people or manipulate.
Let me stop you just a moment and thank Chicken Feet Feet for that. I appreciate you so much. We got to play a song. Got to play a song. It's oof. Barb's got to get some new equipment. Got to get some new equipment. It's been a year of this equipment, right? Come on, play. Woo! Thank you, Chicken Feet Feet. Well, what were you just saying? Remind me, because
I was just saying that I have a newfound respect for creators that actually do things without manipulation. There's a lot of work that goes into this.
Yeah, and it's the easiest thing. The very easiest thing to do is just go, like you said, just pop up and go live and just talk. It's so easy. And and then when I make those short videos, it takes me hours and hours and hours, and I get, a couple of hundred views, but I can go live and I can get 1,000 views, in less
Mhm.
time than it took me to make that little video. So it is a
Mhm.
lot easier and there's no work to it. Oh, thanks, Alex. There's no there's no work to just go on live. I didn't have to work today to do this, but we're having a discussion, and I did have to fill in the other day when you were sleeping, though. I did have to.
I'm sorry.
I know. I'm not mad. I'm just saying. Sometimes it's easier than others. Well, it depends on what you're talking about. But
Mhm.
I don't think people understand that, and I do think that this community is really into the live streams, and some other communities maybe not as much. So I don't know about that because some of my pre-recorded true crime stuff has done really well as far as views go. And I'm not here all about the views and all about all of that. It's just that that's your reward on here is to get more subscribers, to get more, it's kind of a reward that, and if you make any money. So
Well,
you should.
every creator is building their channel. And that's another thing that oh my God, it's so stupid. The money, and then people want to come at you about views. All you care about are your views. Well, yeah, I care about my views. We're not here to talk to our damn selves. Well, of course, every creator out there is working to build their channel. That's what that's what we're supposed to do. Yeah. And shaming people for that is it's the dumbest thing I've ever heard of in my life. And if any creator tells you that they're not here to grow their channel, they're lying to you.
I did have a creator tell me that she didn't want her channel to grow and then celebrated when she hit a milestone. And I'm like, what? Why would you not want your channel to grow? I mean, or do you not want to reach people? I mean, my thing is I want this, and I don't know, it's kind of evolved into this, this is my voice. This is where people listen to me, and I never got listened to in my whole life. And so if I come on here and there's, 20 people on here, I'm thrilled because I got 20 people listening, and I had my whole life nobody listened to me. So Brittany heard
Right.
my Brittany's heard a little bit of my story from my life and some of the things that happened to me that I haven't shared on here.
Yeah.
The kick in the gut thing yesterday.
Yeah. I'm going to tell you, I think Barb is a strong ass person. I really do.
Thank you, Brittany.
And I actually do applaud you for what you have shared. And that's another. Well, I'm just freaking letting it all out today. That's another thing that makes me mad about this platform. When people come out and they share their personal struggles, that takes a lot to put that out there. And then for somebody to take those struggles and weaponize them against you, that F you and anybody else that does that. That is so wrong. It is, oh my God.
Recently when I was talking about, stealing when I was young, like 18, 19, 20. And then people called me up, and then they came in and I saw in another chat or somebody was talking actually, and they said I'm a thief. And I'm like, okay, but you wouldn't know anything about that if I hadn't been bold enough to share it and to talk about making amends for it and all this stuff. I mean, why are you going to call me a thief?
Exactly. And to say Allie's in chat. And Allie's one of my best friends. I love her beyond words. And she's one of the people who has come out and shared an immense amount of her past, with her struggles with addiction and, a lot of things. And I have seen
Hold
certain
on just a
people.
sec. I'm sorry. Hold on just 1 second. Who's getting deleted? We're not mentioning other creators in chat, but I know I've said a few of the people. But and also the factory, I have some names of creators in the back end of YouTube so that their names don't get said in chat because they get absolutely furious when their names are mentioned anywhere, and so they're blocked on the back end. It comes up, and I need to tell my mods that too. Mods, if there's a name that comes up and it shows blocked, it pops up for you to be reviewed, please just delete that comment because I do have those creators' names in there for that reason. And I haven't told y'all that. So thank you. Factory, I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on, but I do trust my mods. Go ahead, Brittany. I'm sorry to interrupt.
No, well, to be fair too, just to kind of lean on what Barb's saying in that regard, when when someone mentions another creator's name in chat, and it's like a hard, I don't know, a harsh comment or something, that creator will lash out at Barb or whoever's chat that is. Like they come at us for that, like
Yeah.
because it was in our chat. So that's why I do the same thing. But what I was saying was Allie has come out and shared an immense amount of her past with addiction and stuff like that. And I've seen people take that and call her some of the, I'm not even going to repeat it. It pisses me off so bad. Like, what is wrong with you? Like she's doing that, Barb's doing that, and other people are doing that. They're not sharing that to get a pat on the back. They're
Nope.
doing it to try to help other people that might be having those same struggles. I mean, people are sick. I'm telling you. I've seen the worst of the worst in this platform or on this platform, but I've seen some the most amazing people at the same time. But there's some really grimy ass people on this platform. And that's
Sunset
not Barb
gazing.
saying that. That's me.
Sunset gazing knows my area. Sunset gazing, I drink that water and I get numerous jugs of that water about once a month or every 6 weeks, however long it lasts me. And even my dogs drink the spring water. So it's cool that you know my area. Thank you.
Sunset
Holler when you're
gazing
through.
is amazing.
Holler next time you come through here. It is a
Yeah.
beautiful little town, and it's a little weird, but it's pretty.
Well,
So
I
I mean,
promise you, Sunset Gazing is a good person.
oh,
That's
good,
one of my subscribers.
good. Yeah, it's well, and I've shared with I shared. Maybe I'll put that up public today. I shared a post the other day from one of my walk runs that I do, and uh, the trees were beautiful, um, and I shared them just to members. But I'll maybe I'll put that up for everybody to see because it is really pretty here. And
Yeah.
so, what were you? Okay, back to you, Brittany. Sorry.
No, you're good. That's pretty much what I was. I'm just on my soapbox today, fussing about things I hold in.
Yeah, and so, have you? Well, there is a creator who's got some kind of I don't. What do you do when you see your name in a bad way? Like when somebody's got a contest going and your name gets brought up in a bad way. Like, do you have that happen, Brittany?
Like a.
Like they're
Can
having
you?
a contest, like you know, Country Show had that contest, and they have another contest, and
Oh, like okay. Do you mean like awards, kind
yes,
of? And it's a bad award. That's just an example.
mhm,
That bothers me. You know me though. This is where my motto: out of sight, out of mind.
true,
And I
true.
try my damnedest not to know. But if I do find out about it, it bothers me. But usually, I'll call somebody that I trust and I'm close to. 9 times out of 10, it's Allie or somebody like that. And I'm like, I just try to unleash on somebody privately to prevent
Mhm,
myself from going public because one of the things that I've learned the hard way on this doing this is okay, I can go live and I can address it, but as soon as I do that, I know there's always going to be a response, always. So then they're going to respond, and then I'm going to want to respond. and
Mhm.
then back and forth we go until it's just a never ending cycle. And so it's like at that point you got to kind of outweigh it and say, choose your battle. You know, is this worth what the flack that I'm going to get for going live and talking about this? So I guess it would depend on how bad it is. The problem I struggle with though is the lies. Being
Me
lied on
too,
is
me
my
too, the
biggest.
lies were the worst.
Yes,
Ah,
that's my biggest struggle.
Home
If
Alone.
you lie, that's the hard one. Yes,
Mhm.
Allie, I've heard her tell me that so many times. Ignore it. Just keep moving on.
Well, I like what you said though, because if you talk and really, and we all know you can't talk to people in real life about what happens on here because they don't get it, and even your husband said he didn't get it, right? Um,
Yes, he thinks this is all so stupid.
Having someone who knows and knows the people, and it. I think I've done that to you. I've vented to you. There's a couple other people I've vented to, and then you worry about, is that person in the future going to turn on me? And then, like, if you're texting, and then that's going to come out that you were talking about this person. You know what I'm saying? I worry
Hmm.
about that sometimes because you just don't know. Yeah, I did get the
Sometimes
Crama Award for most creative. Whoop whoop. I don't think
that's
I'm up for
awesome.
any awards right now though. Um, and I shrugged all that off. I only won because this or this or this. I couldn't even accept it as but it was fun to win, but I still was like, well, only because CJ took her name out of it and stuff like that. I mean, I'm always going to be like putting my own self down. So it's my nature, I think, to always just think worse of myself, and so that's a struggle that I have to have confidence and having confidence going live. I think I talked about this the other day when we were supposed to do this the other day, or it might have been yesterday that, oh well, I did. I talked yesterday about my speech class when I went back to college, and I'm terrified of speaking in public. And I did that class first. When I went back, I was like 30, mid-30s, and so, to get it out of the way because I didn't wanna end up at graduation and go, "Well, I haven't had my speech class yet, and I'm terrified of it." So,
Hmm.
then I started going live on here, and it went pretty well, and I've gotten my confidence, but sometimes you get certain things are said about me or something, and uh I lose that confidence a little bit, so I come on and I'm not as, I'm more guarded and unsure of myself and trying to figure out, in my mind, it's like I'm trying to please these people who have said ugly things about me and stuff. And I can't do that. I have to just be Barb.
Bryn, thank you so much for saying that. I just that means a great deal to me to see you say that, and I appreciate that. And it's weird too, because I was just thinking about you this morning. As odd as that is, I had a good reason, but thank you so much. Um, yeah, and you know what, Barb? I even with a little bit of time, the short time that I have actually got to know you, I've watched you even before then, and I've seen you progress and improve. It seems like, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't know what goes on inside your mind, but to me, it kind of seems like it doesn't get to you quite as much as it did in the beginning. Like you've actually you kind of maybe got a little used to it and learned how to cope with it better.
Hmm. Thank you for noticing. I
Yeah.
mean, it kind of comes and goes, but yeah, I mean, you have to have a thick skin on here, and that's all funny and everything, but some things hurt worse than others. And I've I've had a screwed up life. I blame myself for that. I don't try to blame every Lotus Flower. I'm sorry. I don't know what you shared with. I'm not seeing what you're wanting me to see. Uh, I'm sorry. I'm looking and I think you're an amazing person. I admire your courage and love your personality and sense of humor. Oh, thank you, Lotus Flower. That's so sweet. No wonder you wanted me to see that. That's a nice message. And you get that here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Brittany, we get that, and we also get the ugly. And I wouldn't trade my channel for anything at the moment, even with the ugly. But again, it's learning how to deal with it. And there's not gonna be a day where I don't think there's gonna be a day where I don't where I can just completely ignore everything negative.
Yeah.
Um, I I wish I could, but I don't know if I can ever do that, but hopefully I'm doing I appreciate you noticing because, I do work on trying to be
Yeah.
better and,
Well,
um
we're human too at the same time. That's why I think people lose sight of that. I know I have. I'm guilty of losing sight of that as a subscriber myself. You know, because you're not you have a human interaction, but it's not face to face. And I think that brings the worst out in people sometimes because of that. It's almost like not having accountability. You can come on YouTube under any name that you please. And there are people who are on YouTube anonymously that are doing the most because there's no accountability. It's easy to be anonymous and lash out and attack people in the most vicious way. And then you can just disappear in the background, come back with a different name, and no one would ever know the difference.
Right.
So, oh God, that makes me mad too. I think that if you're anonymous, there should be like a moral boundary there. And I
There
know
should be
there
a
is.
lot of things, but
Yeah.
right?
There should be a moral code where if you're anonymous, you don't go after people and try to decimate their character when you are here under a fake name and there's just no. I mean, you're free to just. Oh God, it makes me so mad. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore.
Welcome, Vilma Unstuck. I'm glad someone recommended our channels. We're good people. Welcome.
Oh, hi. Thank you.
Yeah, and if you can be totally anonymous on here, like I don't know if you could ever as subscribers you surely can. And there's so many um what are they called? Sock accounts. There's so many of that running around and people use those to hurt other people. So, you know,
Hmm. And
Hey y'all says she didn't know I didn't have confidence. Yeah, thank you. Hey y'all. Well, I mean, I think it's good to admit these things, and that's just like my channel is about me having a voice. I said that a million times, and so what do I have to offer at my age? And I don't have any dating tips or anything like that for anybody, but I do have wisdom and experience and things like that. And then they'll have, you don't even have a partner. Oh no, I sure don't. Don't
oh
want
my
one.
God.
Yeah.
You told me that last night. I think it was yesterday you told me that. Or maybe it was another day. You said people come at you for not having a partner. What the hell? If Craig and I were to separate tomorrow, I promise you, my ass would be single for the duration of at least my kid's childhood. Like, there is nothing wrong with being single. Good God.
And the other side of that is to be able to manage your home and finances and everything that goes into a person and taking care of yourself and everything. I do all that on my own and have. I've bought 4 houses on my own. I mean, that's not really a big deal, but it shows that I'm able to handle things. Except kind of when I had my depression, I wasn't doing a really good job at handling everything, but still I didn't have anything major happen during that time. So
That's ridiculous.
people will
Now,
come
you know
for
what?
wearing 2 black socks, Bree.
Oh, hey, Bree McGee. Love you.
One time
You
when
know what?
I was a bank teller at a branch bank, and I went to work with 1 penny loafer and 1 tassel loafer. And the other day, I thought I almost left the house with a shoe and a tennis shoe and a Croc. That would have been cute. Here, let
Okay,
me go to the
explain
grocery
that,
store.
Barb. How did you manage that one?
I didn't. I almost did.
So, you know what it tells me if people's coming at you for not being in a relationship? That
They
just
want
should
me.
that should actually make you feel good because that tells me they don't have anything to throw at you. There's no mud to sling. If that's the worst they got, my
Right,
God.
right,
Okay.
and go look at my background and see, go run a background check or 2 on me and see what you find. I mean, there's no criminal I mean, I've had background checks on me to not only photograph President Bill Clinton, but also to photograph Hillary Clinton at 2 different events, and so, you know, granted, that I could have passed that. I mean, the things that they would go at me on YouTube about probably wouldn't be the same things as those, but, if there was anything in my background, I don't think I would have been, able to touch either of those people, so
Exactly, Barb. That's awesome.
they're saying it's a big deal to take care of yourself.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I mean and also, like, you had someone crappy for you in chat? Yeah, and you can't I mean, people I just it's the lies and the twisting of what you said, and you have to I mean, Brett, don't we just have to realize that where these people are coming from when they do that because, well, you know me, and y'all know a lot about us as, I'm right here, I'm telling private stuff about myself, but as far as people in chat, I don't know you nearly as well as you know me because
Exactly.
I'm seeing a picture that may or may not be you. I'm seeing a screen name. I'm seeing your I'm seeing your comments, and you can learn a lot about people through that, but you also you just don't know me. I don't know you. I can't look you up. I can't you know, I don't know what you look like. I don't know anything.
Yeah, we do. We tend to make ourselves vulnerable, right? I mean, um, and I don't know, maybe I'm naive. For me, and you're absolutely right with what you're saying, but with some of the subscribers, I kind of I feel like I have gotten a little more of an opportunity to get to know them, but it's probably because I do open panel and stuff on my channel, so people come up and talk with me and stuff, and I do hear a voice. I'm able to put a voice with the name.
Mhm.
But there, like you just said a while ago, when you got that nice comment, that makes it all worth it, doesn't it?
Mhm.
Because
Mhm.
some of my, oh my God, it. And one of the things that I love about, like, actually, one of the good things about being a creator, you just said, and it's so ironic you said this, but you said you created your channel to have a voice. That's the main reason I started mine. And I've always said that. I was in a chat. I felt like I needed to speak out and say something. And I didn't have the opportunity because where do you go? You're minimized to a chat when you're a subscriber. So that was a huge reason why I created my channel. And it's become almost therapeutic in a way to come on every day and talk to people and share ideas and thoughts and just kind of converse with and you get used to the same names and
Mhm.
the returning subscribers. I don't know. So there's a huge payoff too to being a creator.
Yeah, I mean, if we didn't get something back from it, we wouldn't do it.
No.
I wouldn't do this if all I got was negativity all the time. I just wouldn't do it.
Mhm.
Um, and we s I mean, I certainly don't do this for the money. I'm not making the money, I'm not making a lot of money, but I am making some money, so it does pay off in that way. Um, and I know as a channel grows, you get more money from, the advertising that's done on your videos and everything. But then also, Brittany, I know you know this, a lot of those, true crime stuff doesn't even you can't monetize it.
The source of my income are my members.
Mhm.
members only and super chats and stuff is pretty much the bulk of where we get our money from, because yeah, a lot of them are demonetized. Most of my most of my videos are limited
Mm-hmm.
before I even end the live stream. But even when they're not, Barb, it's like what, 8 cents an ad? You make
Yeah.
pennies on these videos.
Mm-hmm. And you get paid a little bit for premium members watching.
Mhm.
So, you know, you get that. That's even less money than the ads pay. I don't know how much per, per view or anything, but it's not a lot of money, and I'm not complaining because I know I'm getting what I need right now. It's helping me. I didn't come here to make money. I didn't even know I would ever make any money on here, so I'm not complaining, but I am saying that if anybody's doing it just for the money, then they're making a lot more money than I am, right? I mean,
Yeah. And that it's laughable too. That, like, with mentioning that, to think about people that come at you about money. When my channel grew, one of the big things that I got from people that were coming for me, and they were coming out the woodworks. Oh my God, it was awful. The most attacks that I've ever had in my life was during the Kylie case. And there were people that Craig commented on one of my live streams, and they immediately said to him, "Oh, I hope you're enjoying your new money that's coming in." Like we're making a fortune over here. And I'm like, what the hell do y'all
new money.
do? Do I need to screenshot? Like, do I need to show y'all? Because y'all act like we're over here just, raining in hundreds or something. Like, it's not like that.
Mm-mm.
Good God. He laughed so hard when they left that comment.
Yeah, it can, especially considering how much if you did it by how much you make per hour. No. There,
Mm,
and then also, I do pay for StreamYard, and I do pay for my
yeah.
video platform that I make videos on, and I do pay for the music that I use. It's
Yeah.
$15 a month plus tax, and so all of those things cost money. Just to have your channel. Yeah, YouTube's free, but it takes it takes time to make thumbnails. It takes time to uh it takes a few minutes to get everything, all the settings right for your live stream. There's time involved.
Yeah.
That's minimal, but still.
We literally have to pay monthly. We have to pay monthly for numerous things just to keep doing this. I have my StreamYard bill. I have two softwares for my thumbnails and my graphics that I have to pay a monthly fee for on each. And not to mention the equipment. My computer is only a couple of months old. It's a laptop. And I
Mhm.
just found out last night, if this RAM that I'm about to spend $50 on doesn't do the trick, I'm going to have to buy a new computer already, just so it can, to have the proper equipment to be able to map out and do the things that I need to do. So it costs money just to do this. Like, I didn't even realize. I thought, hell, I can do this with my phone and do my thumbnails. And no, you can't. It
Mhm.
not if you want things to go the way that you need them to go. It's it's crazy.
I've only gone live on my phone when I've been out doing walk and talks, like walking the in town here where all the tourists go and everything. And let's see, a trail that I took everybody on. But I'm not as good on my phone as I am on the laptop. And my laptop, I mean, it's it's not got everything, it's not got. I don't know. I need to upgrade. Maybe do what you're doing to mine. I don't know.
Well,
Uh,
because the other night, and for my subscribers in here that were with me, y'all know I map out on my channel these crime scenes, and I tried to pull up Google Earth while I was on StreamYards, and my computer just started going crazy. It was glitching out. So yeah, I don't know. It's just people they don't understand it, and then you get these ones who are, I guess, are jealous. I hate saying people are jealous, but I can't think of why else they're, speaking on your money like that. They don't get it.
So somebody asked in the chat, how these big YouTube creators that don't go live make any money. Well, they're getting like so many views that they're going to get money off the ads for those. And I don't think you like I just got this super chat. Thank you, good Juju. I gotta play your song. I gotta play my song here. I appreciate that so much. I really do. Oops, wrong thing. Woo! Thank you so much for that. Um, so what big creators that don't go live don't get, I wouldn't think, is they don't get super chats and stuff, but they make a lot of money off of their um the AdSense. But I'm in here and I've got 132 people watching, they might have 132,000 views or a million views on something, and so they're going to get money from that. But we're talking about a few hundred people coming in here, maybe or maybe not watching the video. I mean the commercials. Um, you just get it's pennies, 9 cents for somebody to watch a video.
Well, live stream. Okay, so two, you got to think there's a little difference. Me and Allie was talking about this the other day. When you do a live stream, people are going to catch the replay, but 9 times out of 10, it's not going to be that many. Like the bulk of what the views you're going to have on that live stream are what you end with. I've only recently seen people coming and watching the replays here lately, and I just think because that's a trending case that I'm doing. But just on normal everyday live streams, since I've started being a creator, the bulk of it's when you're live, and then you will get some after that, but it's not going to be very many. And for a pre-recorded video, the watch time on that's way different and way, way, way higher, like Barb said. So yeah, but you're talking these people's got what 25,000 views on a video. I've never had that.
Yeah. And that's what I think, because I don't think they're getting that from. And also, another thing about pre-recorded is people will skip over those. I mean, I don't know that. Excuse me, I do this. If somebody's got a pre-recorded and somebody else I want to watch is live, then I'm going to watch the live so I can watch it live. And I'll go back to the pre-recorded, and I may or may not get back to it because I may not, it may not pass through again. And so it's all dependent upon what people like and what they're doing. Because I have times I'd rather watch a live stream, and I have times I would rather watch a pre-recorded that's longer so that I can do what I'm doing and just listen, that kind of stuff. But yeah, that's how they make money is off of advertising. We just don't get yeah, YouTube Premium's awesome. We just don't get, you just don't get a whole lot of money for that. That's what I'm saying. Nonsense for
Well,
nonsense.
yep. Hey, David Gammon. The good Juju asked the question. I think that's another thing too about the cash. YouTube taking that. YouTube takes not only do they take 33% or a little more. I think it's 35%.
Actually,
But
it's 45.
yeah, I just recently found that out that they take the taxes off the top as well. So they almost like Barb just got that $10 super chat. She's going to get a little over half of that. So Barb probably just got about $6 or $7 of that.
And I'm grateful for it.
Yes, and nothing. It's not nothing like that. But my whole point is so yeah, that's why you see many times me or some other creators will drop their PayPal or Cash App because if then the creator would get the full amount that way. But it I learned my lesson the hard way. I don't say I prefer that because I don't want to come off ungrateful. But yeah, I mean, who wouldn't um want to get the full amount versus half of it?
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, but at the same time, I think if you bypass that too many times, I think some of that might be what happened to NC because um we have a free platform because YouTube allows that, and then when you get monetized, they take a big chunk of that, but we still have this free platform, and the platform's worth a mint because you can't jump over to, Fetch or somewhere and have the same amount of people seeing your content. It's not that we just have this free place to go make videos, it's a platform with YouTube is feeding people to us at all times, whether we get them or retain them or whether they click on our videos, up to them. But you're not going to get that. I mean, it's huge. You're not going to get that if you go on your own website and go live or something. You're going to, you know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? So we're paying them because we're monetized. We're paying YouTube now. And
Mm-hmm.
to me, I just can't argue with how much they keep or how much I get or any of that. To me, that's just what I make. I'm not gonna, um, and I'm not gonna bypass it a lot because I just feel like that is maybe why, you know, I know it's one reason people get mad at Natasha because she's constantly asking for money in these PayPal pools. And no, she's not monetized now because they keep taking her down for that. That's how they get her. What would it be different if she just didn't do that? I mean, now it's too late now. She's getting they're taking it from her all the time, but
I don't know. I think it is a collective, a few different things she was doing. You cannot tell me that those makeup sales were allowed on YouTube because I know they have a policy where if you do any type of sales, you have to verbally state and put it in your um description that YouTube has no affiliation with that sale because they don't want to be liable for anything. She never did that. Not only that, she's auctioning off name brand items that I don't know how she. I think the makeup sales was a huge thing and the PayPal pools. And and I don't know how PayPal. And I'm sorry to my subscriber because they probably don't know who she is.
yeah.
Trust me, you ain't missing out on anything. But the PayPal pools, that's for people that need help, and she just
Mhm.
completely abuses what do you call it? She abuses that service. Um, and we called. I'm not even gonna lie. I called with some people that were my friends at the time back in the day, and we reported her for abusing the system. And because we read the terms and policies on it, and it stated if you've had a record or you've been convicted of theft or fraud of any sense, you are not allowed to have a PayPal pool in your name, nor is anyone else allowed to have one for you. And we told PayPal what her charges was, and they said yes, she's not allowed to have one. But they never stopped it.
Well,
They
now
said
it's
they
been
were gonna
stopped
keep doing it.
twice, supposedly.
I don't believe it ever stopped. I think she said that to garner sympathy and money. That's just my opinion.
You remember that Xylee that came over here and did some videos about people, and she did a video about Natasha that time that she said her YouTube channel went down and
Yeah.
came back up while she was still alive, and she had made a bunch of money during it and everything. So,
Mhm.
that's always in the back of my mind about that, about her, because did it really happen? Because how do you lose your rights to use PayPal, and then you're back with PayPal a few days later? I don't.
Right, exact. That's what I'm saying. I don't think it ever happened. Hey,
Mhm.
Lucia, good to see you. I don't think it ever happened. I think she did that the same way she said her channel was taken down, and it really wasn't.
She did pretend it was down? Wow.
See,
Well,
that's
you know what,
crazy.
Brittany, I'm grateful that I don't have, that desire to bring in money all the time like that. I mean, I'm not dependent upon, YouTube for my, for my, food and, um, bills and everything. I mean,
Right?
you know,
Well, do you remember when I had that fundraiser, Help Over the Summer or something was what it was called? Oh my God, she went live and she said, and this was another to answer your question from earlier. Now, this one bothered me, and it did it. My pride was hurt from this one, and it did kind of embarrass the shit out of me. Probably, excuse my French, probably one of the more embarrassing times for me on YouTube. For those of you that don't know, over the summer I had a fundraiser, and it was just like for a little help, because at the time I was having it a little rough, and I just did a fundraiser and asked for, a little extra help, because I know the kids were going to be home and I was going to need, my grocery bill was going up, blah, blah, blah. So I did a fundraiser, and Natasha goes live, and the thumbnail is a man holding a cardboard sign that said, I will stream for food. And she shamed me so hard for it because I was honest. Unlike her, I was honest with my subs and told them I was struggling. She went live, talked about how my kids needed food and that she was going to be the bigger person because my babies needed to eat. And she donated $100 to me to shame me, and then did a whole live stream about me and how basically she would never, you couldn't pay her $1 million to come on this platform and ask for essentials, for help with essentials.
she was talking about GW having essentials on her Amazon wish list too.
I could not believe it. And then a few months later, guess what? She had a fundraiser. She was boohooing and crying on her channel about how this was her income, and she depended on this to feed her family and to pay her bills and help take care of her kids. I couldn't. Oh God, it made me so mad. I said, "How is that not essential?"
Hey,
It's the
Brittany,
same.
somebody's asking why you don't cam up here. So I'm just gonna
Oh,
let you answer that. It's on the screen there.
I do not cam up because of how vicious this community is. And if you don't know what happened to Granny's watching, that's a good example why. I've never seen people in the trauma community are so vicious that they'll wait till you sneeze or you cough, and they'll do a still shot of you and post your picture to the background. That reason, and I have two small kids, one who's on the spectrum, and I refuse to be on panel and risk them ever running behind me and being seen on camera. So it's safe that I stay off of camera. But I have thought about maybe when they're at school one day going live on members only and camming up that way. But maybe we'll see. Okay, like I am very confident with myself, not ashamed of the way I look. I just don't feel like making a face and somebody screenshotting it and blasting me for an hour.
Yeah, and you can catch them, doing screenshots. I mean, because I've done them on myself, and I'm like, whoa, that's a, you know. But yeah, if I had my children walking around, I wouldn't either. Um, yeah, maybe if you just go live when they're not home sometime, just because personally for me, it's helpful. I go on camera because I feel like I'm more personable that way, and that's just how I want to do it. I started out this way, so there wasn't any, what do you look like or any of that. So, you know,
No, and
it helps me to do it that way. But
I have cammed up before, you guys. Like, it's not like this is a big mystery and I haven't been seen. Um, I was on, I used to go on Melissa Jade's panel all the time. And there's actually a few of her earlier live streams where I was on camera multiple times.
Sunset gazing, make shorter videos out of your lives. Yeah, there is a way. Brittany, do you know about that? Where we can, on your phone, you can create from a live stream into a short, and then it will send them back to your live stream.
Really?
So if if somebody says something like, or you just, just a moment that you want to pull out of that, it's just a real simple thing on your phone to do. You don't know about it? I think the only reason I did it one time with one of my live streams, and then I used that thumbnail, the same thumbnail, and I think that's not a good idea because then people might not realize, So I'm not as savvy on my phone, but I'm not sure exactly what sunset gazing was talking about, but there are people who like the shorts, and I saw where I don't know if Juror's still in here, but she's been doing a lot of shorts on the Delphi case, and I think she's getting a lot of views and stuff on those. And YouTube is pushing shorts. I know you
Yes.
know that, and so I haven't had a lot of luck with them, but I do want to try to do more. And maybe there'll be something in here that I'll pull out to share and do that and just see if it gets any traction. But it is something to
Well,
think about.
I'm making a hypocrite out of myself because I said I wasn't going to do this. But since you mentioned it, sunset gazing, I'm going to go ahead and say it. Now, watch somebody else start doing this crap. I watch what I'm telling you. Remember this, Barb. I am going to start. I've been talking to Shay Benet about it. Probably this week sometime. When I'm doing a case, whatever case I'm doing, I'm gonna make a short on it where I basically highlight, what happened on the short, and it's gonna be basically an advertisement. And I'm gonna say, if you want to know more about this case, then check out my live stream on blah 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 day. So I am gonna start doing shorts, but it's gonna be like a short synopsis of whatever case I'm covering at that time.
Are you going to do actual, because it's confusing to me because I do short videos, but they're not shorts. Are you
Mhm.
talking about actual shorts?
Yes, like what
Yeah.
Juror does.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Juror, if you're still here, your short on the Idaho 4 is amazing. I watched it this morning, which I did. I commented on it, but Juror and I are going to talk about Idaho 4 tomorrow, I think. Sorry, not trying to plug on Barb's channel, but
No, that's fine. No, you're fine.
that.
And we've been, I noticed the mods have been dropping the links. And Brittany and I are going to do a case together one of these days. When one hits that we're both interested in. If
Oh,
we're
I'm
seeing,
so ready to do true crime with Barb. That's gonna be fun.
I got to grab one before see, I want to grab one before everybody else is covering it, and you and I can start covering it, and then
Mhm.
watch all the people come over, and we can say, "Well, you're just following us."
Yeah.
Oh,
You know, I I think I was the first channel, um, and I may not be, but from what everybody says, that started calling the Idaho
calling them the
killing
Idaho 4.
the Idaho 4. Yeah.
Um, another thing Texas Angel just pointed out, there is see, you don't make any money off of shorts right now, but I think it's in January. They're starting where you can actually get paid for shorts.
Yeah, they're going to start monetizing them.
Came out in our creator stuff we get. So they're really pushing it. They're pushing it in the algorithm. So I'm going to hop in there. I'm going to start. I got to get back into that. I'm making a mental note make some shorts, Barb. Because I started out making dumb shorts like my turtle that's out in my garden and, just saying stupid stuff. And the most I've gotten on any of the shorts was like 3,000, which is still a lot of views, but I haven't. You could have one though. You could have one hit. Like you could make a short and it could just go crazy and hit. And
That's what Allie was saying. And you do TikTok? You should consider
I don't
TikTok.
do TikTok, but this morning there's a publication called the Arkansas Times, and
Mhm.
they had a video this morning. It's a short little video, but this restaurant that I used to go to a lot, it's a Mexican restaurant. It's not fancy or anything. They've got robots now that actually,
What?
I mean, they don't look like these robots. Like we covered that the other day on my channel. They don't look like those robots, but they help the wait staff. But the wait staff apparently isn't all that keen on them. So I may use that clip and do something with it because um it
See,
just
that
showed.
bothers me.
Huh?
That really bothers me
What?
because the robots, because that's just a sign of like AI's taking our jobs.
Yeah. Well, they've got these this helping the wait staff with the food and everything, bringing the food out. I'll show y'all. Maybe I'll just make a little short, not a short. See, that's what it bothers me because I make shorts like 2 to 10 minutes long, and or one to sometimes they're all right over a minute, but they're different. They're not the short. But I got to get into that shorts algorithm, so I got to start doing that. But yeah, I'm going to do something with that. I don't know Arkansas Times would mind if I use that video. I mean, I actually know people there. I actually wrote a cover story for them one time. So, I don't wanna piss off somebody who, I actually did a little work for once, but don't do
Now,
synopsis.
now,
Yeah,
Mel, are you? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
do juicy stuff. Like, you gotta have a pool in there, right, Brittany?
Mhm.
So,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's what I was thinking. Like, drop little breadcrumbs that would make people want to. Because if you're like me, I'm nosy. I never done well with TikTok. Like, I don't watch TikTok because it's not. I want details. It's too short for me. So I don't know. I'm hoping maybe that'll attract the nosy people and they'll want to watch my live stream to get the details.
Well, and if you well, I don't know how that works. If you pull it out, if you like you do these clips that I'm talking about where it says create, not a clip, but
Hmm.
it's a clip, it's a different kind of clip. That will actually show the full video. You can right there on it click to show the full video. So and I think Nikki may be right. I think they may be trying to compete with TikTok. And then Facebook has the reels also. I've done a few reels over on Facebook, but I have like 400 and something friends on Facebook. I don't want a huge Facebook thing, and I don't even hardly go on Facebook now, but
Well,
kind
I
of.
don't. I have Facebook, but only for my messenger. So I'm pretty
Oh,
stagnant on Facebook. But my Twitter is where it's at. I post on there all the time.
Twitter. Well, I just
Yeah.
made a Twitter for my the scoop with Barb, and so well, if you go over there, it's well, and we're following each other. I'm following some true crime people and then a whole bunch of stuff about Arkansas football. So my channel's kind of weird over there, but I don't care. I do try to post that I'm going to go live when unless I'm talking about just drama, flat out drama.
Well,
Um,
and
yeah.
yeah. Well, I was just thinking too of one more thing I wanted to add into while we were talking about all of the problems we had. Me and Barb should have been friends a long time ago. I feel like we would have hit it off a lot sooner. But some people said I was homophobic, and Barb, well, that was what she was told. So that's another thing. I want to just say this because, and it's not even about that so much as just in generally, don't always believe what you hear because a lot of the times it's probably not exactly what's being said, or it's not true at all. Because there's a lot of lies that are spread on this platform.
Yeah, and
Um,
why would, like, I watched Brittany and, I liked your channel and everything, and then I was told that you were this homophobic person and all this stuff, and and I fell for it, and you've been nothing but nice to me, since we've been talking and everything. I mean, really nice. Like, y'all, she says wonderful things about me on her channel and drops my link and people subscribe and stuff. I mean, that's really nice. And I mean, I was dropping links for people who came in my chat and then somebody just turned on me like overnight and I was like, "What?" So
that
I quit
happens a lot
doing
too.
that happened to you?
Girl, yes.
So I just
Yes.
quit doing it. I'm like, "No."
I have lost so many friends. So many friends. I wish Allie was still here. I called her one day and I said, "Do I have a target on my forehead? Do I? Because is it something that I mean, it is crazy. One day people will love you, and the next minute they are out for blood.
Yes, and I've said it's the people who have said "I love you" to me who have been the worst.
Oh
Or
God,
some of
yeah.
the yeah, and I'm like, "What? I love you," and the next day they're dragging your ass. I'm like, "Really?" So love
People.
to if I say I love you to somebody, it means way more than
Mhm.
now if somebody goes, "I love you," like they love my channel or whatever, it's a little bit different than somebody you're actually talking to going, "Well, I love you," and then the next day you're being thanks, WV Holler Girl. The next day, yeah, go Hogs. The next day you're being, drugged for something or, it's just crazy. Again, we've
Some
just got random, mm, all these personalities, and we're just not gonna get along with everybody, but do we have to be cruel about it?
exactly. Some of the people that I was the closest with have hurt me the most. It's unbelievable. And yeah, whatever happened to just leave it.
Yeah.
If you split with somebody, just leave. I would not, you know, go and I wouldn't. I would just bye, I hate that things happen the way they did, but sometimes it happens that way. You go your way and I go mine. Why do
Mhm.
you gotta be out here, trying to destroy I don't even know. Like it's bad.
You can't
It's
even
so
leave
bad.
quietly. Yeah, I mean, you just left. I just left this one, and was being drugged, and I left quietly, I was just like, "I'm just gonna go away." Just but there are people who don't have anything to do but talk mean about each other, and
Yep.
granted, I've talked some shit about some people, but I also have other things I can talk about, and so, if that's all you do 24/7, then that's what you do, and I don't wanna be there. So, you make me your content, okay, and you've got your people when you're in a chat and somebody's dragging somebody and if you're in their chat and you're laughing and cutting up, then you're part of that.
Mhm.
And so that's one of the hurtful things is when you go in another you have somebody who is in your chat all the time and then you go to this chat and they're talking bad about you and they're in there joining in on it.
Mhm.
That's hard. That's one of the harder things for me. Yeah. Just
Oh
to
yeah, like they just left your channel and they say, um, "Oh Barb, I love you so much. You're one of my favorite creators." This is just an example. And then you end your live and you go over to another channel and you're watching their video and you see that same person. Oh, Barb's a B word. I don't like her, She's awful. And then the next day you go live, there's that person back in your chat again telling you how great you are.
uh-huh.
What?
Yeah. So you never know. That's the thing is I don't wanna be this person who's always, like, worried that somebody's gonna do something to me. I don't wanna be that way. So,
No.
hey, all these new people coming, new subscribers, and I'm sorry I'm not speaking to everybody, and, I'm trying to click on them so they'll come up. Thanks y'all for coming over here with, Brittany and listening to us. Hey, everybody.
Yeah,
Um,
and if you did come with from my channel, subscribe to Barb. She's awesome. I promise you, you
y'all are
won't regret
sweet.
it.
And we're dropping if you don't know Brittany, we're dropping her link. My mods are dropping her link pretty often here, so, um, she does a fantastic job with true crime, and there's no drama over there, and also, very good discussions with panels, and they know what they're talking about, and she doesn't just go with, the first sign of the news. She waits for the truth.
Oh, awesome. Thank you, Barb.
Um, so your thing is you just ignore everything you can. I'm just trying to figure out where,
Mhm.
like, and
I want to be clear too, because I don't want to sit up here and act like I'm this innocent little flower who's just been attacked and I haven't done my fair share. Because trust me, I have talked many and plenty of stuff. You know, everybody, has talks to their friends and stuff, and I have talked crap, and I got a mouth on me too. Um, but yeah, for the most part, I've tried to get away from it. I have tried to get away from it, and yes, Barb, that's what I try my best to ignore it. And sometimes I fall short, and I can ignore it. I mean, I'm human, but at the most part, and if I can ignore it and I see it, God bless my friends. I feel sorry for them. I'll call them and inundate their ears with my feelings, and then sometimes I go live.
I think I did that to Brittany the other day. We were talking about um setting this up, resetting this up, I think, and I was like, "Well, so and so did this to me," and blah blah. I was just like, "That's not even why I was talking to you."
No, but when we were talking, it's fine because that was why I told you I see a lot of myself in you in regards to that because we both aren't. I mean, come on, be real. Neither one of us are cut out for drama. We're not. And all of the same complaints that you have I have said the identical words verbatim to somebody else. Like so it's like I'm there with you and I'm going through it just like you are, so I understand.
Yeah, and I don't think is because I didn't understand it until I got here and I think most of my stuff started when I started going live. And my first big thing was when I guess when Natasha struck me 18 times or whatever, claimed that she struck me all those times. That was like my wake up call um to what really goes on over here. And I was already too deep into making videos about drama and stuff to completely stop. And I don't want to because that's my voice, and I can make a video about somebody without calling them all these names and everything as my way to react to what they've said about me. So, you probably won't see a whole lot of community posts where I really don't like to go because when I'm on my laptop and I go to YouTube and I see all the community posts that they're showing me all right there together. You know what I'm talking about, Brittany?
Mhm.
And when you see and you look at that and it's people fighting, 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 and I don't want to be the person who is constantly. Now I do it sometimes because I have something to say, like somebody says something about me in a community post, well, I can go make a video about it or make a big deal about it or just go ahead and get it taken out of the way and go put it on my community post, and I'm like, "I don't want negativity on there." But
No.
that's how and I did that the other day, but for the most part it's discouraging to me when I click on those and I'm like, "Oh, oh, oh," it's just all this, ugh. Um, it gets me down.
Something else too, like I don't know if you noticed this, if you step away for a little while, And then you go back in and you watch, you realize, oh my God, it's the same cycle. And for those of you that you'll get what I'm saying if you've been there with us in Krama. It's the same exact fight with different people.
Mm-hmm.
It's never. I mean, it's always the same old thing. And after a while, you, I have to believe that some people like this. Some people have to like it to stay in it. But to me, it gets boring. It's boring, and who wants to wake up every day worrying about who's going to go live about them?
Yeah, that's
For
not fun. That's not fun.
no,
No, I prefer the little jabs here and there than being in the middle of and I've always said I'm kind of on the edge of the drama. Like I'm not in the whole like I just see like this big pit and I'm like I'm on the edge of it and there are people who 99% of everything they do is about drama and they're always in the middle of every, they're in the middle of the fights a lot of times and I can't be there. That I can't function that way. And it is
mm-mm.
exhausting,
And
Texas Angel.
it
And
is. And from coming from somebody who's done both, it is so rewarding to walk away from a live stream that has substance and feels like you learn something or it benefited somebody. You
mhm,
know what I mean?
mhm.
Versus, I don't know, when I would have the live streams where I was responding to somebody or I was fussing about whatever, I would walk away from that feeling like so ashamed of myself. Like, what am I doing?
Mhm.
I have a platform and I'm choosing to use this platform to do what? Shout at people and call them names?
Yeah, it's not a good feeling, is it? Not a good feeling.
And then we tell our kids, not to go to school and bully people and call each other names. And here we are, 30, 40, 50, 60 years old and doing exactly what we preach against.
Lotus flower, the green means that they're members, and so, I guess I don't have as I I don't know. It's you turn green by being a member. Hey, Boo Sheet. Boo Sheet's got an unhappy face. Why? Why the unhappy face with
Oh,
the
she always. That's Blue Sheep for you. Hey, love. She's sweet. She's one of
Oh,
my.
but it says, "Hello at Barb, new sub," and it's got a smiley face.
Thank you, Boo Sheep, for coming over. I hope
Yeah,
you're having
thanks
a
for
good day.
subbing. Thanks for subbing, y'all. So what else, Britt? What else do we have troubles with?
Let me see. Have I complained enough? Let me see if I got anything else. I think. Yeah, I mean, other than that, I don't really. That's pretty much all I got as far as uh this crazy world of YouTube. I'm just
Yeah, and I
glad that
go
we're
ahead.
stepping back. No, I'm just glad that uh people see it too. Like we're not alone.
And one of the points in here was to try to give subs an idea of what we go through. And I mean, I'm older than Britt and everything. I'm really looking up to her as far as she's been giving me good advice about the drama and helping me to think of content, otherwise. And Brittany, I really do appreciate you for that. I had another thought, but it left me.
Yeah, I'm rubbing
This
off on you.
Yeah, has that happened to you? I'm like,
Everyday girl. No, and you're helping me too, Barb. Like we're learning from each other.
yeah. So what was I hate that when I started out to say something and then went another way and I thought to myself when I did it, oh, you'll remember. Just like, no. wish I could remember though, because it was important. Yeah, Brittany's a great friend, and, uh, wait just a second, I think it was about to come back. Oh, people are saying, like, lately, a lot, people are saying that I've got people in my ear and that and actually this has happened pretty much since the beginning, that I've got people in my ear and I'm doing this because of that. And really, as far as talking about my channel and because there were a lot of times they're saying it's Granny and I don't talk about what I'm going to do on my channel. I've talked to her on the phone one time and, we don't discuss that. Brittany and I have talked about my channel, so if anybody's got anything in my ear, it's Brittany, and we're talking about ways to get out of the drama stuff. So,
Mhm.
take that, take that welcome, Morgan. So, take that as you will, but I'm not y'all, I've had a big life, a big and small life, basically. I've had a lot of issues, and I don't really take a lot of people's, input. I'm not over here y'all might think I'm just this innocent person over here who doesn't know anything. I pretty much know what's going on, and I've never asked Brittany or, uh, anybody to tell me what to do or anything. I'm not really good about that.
She's headstrong on her own. Believe
Yeah.
you me. She's gonna do what Barb's gonna do what Barb wants to do.
And even
She's
if
the
you
same
told me,
person.
like, if you were telling me, "Well, Barb, you've gotta get out of this drama and do so and so and so and so," I'd probably be like, "See you later, Brittany." Because I don't take to that. I don't take to somebody telling me, what to do, but that's not how Brittany and I are. It's like she's helping me, and we talk about things, and I have, now I know that I have somebody I can, uh, talk to when I'm just frustrated and don't wanna I mean, to me, that helps a lot if I can talk it out with somebody and not have to go live about it or make a video about it and let it
Mhm.
die away. And then, because like you said earlier, the back and forth, it's somebody has to end it for it
Mhm.
to end. I used to say that about Mrs. P and Noodle Mash, that if one of them would stop, the back and forth would stop. I mean,
Yeah.
so
And even if that person, God knows, because it's happened to me, even if they go on another month about you, they eventually get bored. You just gotta let them get it out of their system. But it does eventually, they'll find somebody else that's going to engage with them and
mhm,
fight back.
mhm. Yeah, I'll find
But
somebody else because I mean, I had a creator come at me and it it was like a punch. I was like, "I don't even know where that came from because I thought we were getting along and I thought we were I mean, we didn't ever talk outside of YouTube, but I thought we were kind of friendly." And then I got attacked, and I've been attacked since then, but I'm not there, so I don't see it. And
yeah,
I said the other day, like, people send me and I did say, "If you see something you feel like I need to know, send me the clip." I do want people to do that if it's something that I need to see,
important.
but I didn't
Mhm.
watch it. I didn't watch it because, well, other creators told me not to.
Yeah. Well, because and you see, and honestly, like that's not some strategy that I come up with. Y'all know who told me? TT and Jessica. When I when I made peace with Granny, and well, I don't like calling her Granny. She's Jessica. When I made peace with Jess and with TT, and that was the main thing they told me was do not watch it. Don't engage. And I didn't, and it served me well. Um, and that's another thing. Like you said, people think that you're behind the scenes with Jess or whatever y'all were doing. They're claiming y'all were doing. I get that same thing about me and TT. There are
Oh,
people
really?
that believe that I'm in her ear, Barb. I'm not even kidding. That I'm in her ear telling her things to get her to go and lash out on other people when if I would never do it because that's our personal, I wouldn't portray her like that. But if I was to bring out mine and hers and Jamie's private messages, people's mouths would drop because it's not even about drama. we don't even really talk about the drama. It's how Jamie's family doing, what TT's up to, what I got going on with my channel, mundane things. And it blows my mind. There's people that are blaming me for her being upset about things that I have nothing to do with.
Mhm.
It's crazy.
So, subscribers, do you see just little snippets of what we go through, like behind the scenes? Everybody, I mean, I often think of behind the scenes as people sharing private, you know, things that they're trying to get at each other with drama. But a lot of it, y'all, is just us chit chatting because we have somebody who also knows this. It's a place we can vent and then and then you have to worry about, is that person gonna turn on me and then share everything that I've ever said
Yep.
because because you talk about frustrations with people behind the scenes just like you do with real friends and stuff.
Yep.
And then you're like, "Well, I'm saying this, and then one of these days it's gonna be shown. Is it gonna be shown? All my text messages, I said this about her and this about," So it's
Well, mm-mm. I'll
because
be
I
honest
trust
with you.
Brittany and maybe, people are gonna say, "You trust Brittany?" Well, yeah.
Well, I've had some knockdown dragouts with people, and one thing that I would never do is put out messages of their private, where they're talking to me in confidence about something private. I shared where, like, there has been times where I've gotten to an argument with somebody and I shared like messages where I was arguing with a friend with another friend, but actual messages where somebody's talking to me about, somebody else or no, there's things I know about people that don't like me anymore. And to this day, I haven't said, and I never would, you know,
Because then you
things
have to
that,
live with yourself that you did that.
well, yeah. And why would I do that? No matter if I like them anymore or not, they, at one point, they trusted me enough to instill that within me. And that's where it's going to stay at.
Brittany, somebody just asked if you can look into the Aspen Jeter case. Um,
Yes, somebody messaged me about that last night, you guys, and that's going to be a hard one for me because the baby's on the spectrum, but I'll look into it. Let me
I'm
do
gonna
a
look
little
into it
reading.
as well. Maybe we'll connect that you and I could do that one if we both find a connection to it or something.
Yeah, the mama was found deceased, if I'm not mistaken,
Mhm.
and the baby's gone.
Yeah,
They
I
can't
heard
find the baby.
yeah, I saw that on Twitter yesterday. Um,
Yeah,
well,
if
I'm
you
just
want
saying,
to.
you and I both we've talked about, working on a case together, so I just thought if it's something we both go look at today or whenever and we wanna do it, that, maybe we could do that one.
Yeah, we can do it. I'm down.
I've just gotta make sure that I wanna do it too. So, I mean, I
Yeah,
have to
look
be,
into it and see if
like, I
you
have to
feel
find
it.
some kinda connection to it for me to be, uh, to do it.
Well, that's how I am because if I don't feel any type of connection to it, then I'm not going to do good at it because I'm not going to be invested.
Mhm.
Like the Idaho 4, oh my God. And Shanquilla Robinson, that one's got me. And then Kylie. I, that case right there was another watch for me.
But that one's
Kylie.
all for all intents and purposes over with because they've made it into
Hmm.
an accident,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah, and I held my word on that one. I said that if they come back, no matter how I privately feel about it, I'm not, there's nothing I can do to change it. I mean, absolutely nothing that I can do to change that outcome. So,
Juror, what are you saying yes about? I've really, I got into the Quentin case because, well, first of all, I mean, he's so adorable and everything, and but then all the drama that went with that case is what I, mostly covered. Thanks, CLM.
Oh,
He can't walk at age 5, but he's missing.
y'all are killing me. Oh,
We might not be able to do that one.
we'll have to see.
It's hard. It is hard to talk about the children and everything, and that's what I like. I like to do commentary on stuff, and Britt had told me a while back, you can do commentary on all kinds of stuff, and I have done that, and I was working on that, but I got pulled back in the drama recently, and so I'm having a little bit of drag within myself to get back into just, if I wanted to cover something, then cover it and don't worry if anybody's watching, if not a lot of people are watching. If it's still something I wanna do, I'm gonna do it, and that's kinda where my channel, uh, is going. Um, it's just I
Yeah, sure.
walked back into the drama, and now I've gotta get my mind back to, "You don't have to do drama, Barb. Other
No.
things."
Jura's in the Idaho. That's what she's saying yes about.
Yeah, and Delphi, yeah.
I
Yeah,
got
and
some
I
friends.
haven't been into Idaho 4. I've gotta get in there, and I started watching your live last night,
Oh,
um,
Barb.
but it was right around my bedtime, and so I didn't hear a lot of it,
That one is a doozy. I'm telling you. It's straight up. It's if they don't make a movie about this case, I'll be shocked because I mean it. You're talking about 4 roommates viciously murdered. You had blood leaking out down the foundation of the house. Um, two of the surviving roommates on the first floor completely untouched. You know that they were the killer bypassed them completely. It's just and no suspect at this, not that we know of.
and they've cleared the people that were the survivors?
Well, okay, so no, they haven't cleared anybody. It's the choice of wording that gets me. They said people are not, they don't believe they're a suspect at this time, but they haven't definitively cleared anybody. And one of the roommates was a target. They're not telling us who the target is. They won't tell us what door or window or how the assailant accessed the house or anything. The 911 call, they will not tell us who made the call or what was said. They said it was a part of the investigation, so there's something interesting there. We do know the 911 call was made from one of the surviving roommate phones, but not by the surviving roommate. It was one of their friends. So there's you got a neighbor who he gives me red flags, but I don't think he had anything to do with it. Then you got a boyfriend, an ex-boyfriend of Kaylee's, one of the victims, who I definitely think gives me red flags. Uh, there's 3 Jacks in this case, one Jeremy, and a Jake. So there's a lot of people with the J name.
How did what's the theory about how the people slept through that?
We don't know.
Because I'm gonna tell you one thing, like, so, uh, at some point, my father was given Ambien to take, and he took Ambien, and now you've heard the stories about people sleepwalking and doing things on Ambien. Well, my dad took Ambien, and a tornado, uh, hit in his freaking yard, like, he lived on an acre. Like, a tornado shuts down, and he didn't know. He slept through it.
Wow.
So, if these kids were, into, I know Ambien's a whole separate thing, but, maybe they were intoxicated or
Well, that's what we were thinking. Is it
yeah,
possible they were drinking that night? You know.
yeah.
Um. But okay, so here's one of my struggles with them not hearing the sound. I was studying the house last night, and I showed this on my live. and I was looking for the spot where the blood was leaking from the foundation through the walls. That particular spot would have been from a bedroom on the second floor. And the bedroom is directly over the top of the first floor, one of the first floor bedrooms. So, and who I do theorize. Now I don't have proof of this, but I theorize that that bedroom is Xana's. Xana's bedroom, if that's her room, her father said that she put up a fight. She fought back. She had defensive wounds. How did that surviving roommate who was underneath Xana's room not hear that? Think about being in an apartment and somebody scuffling around upstairs, or,
Mm.
like you would hear bumps and thuds or something on the floor. I don't know. No scream. Where was the dog? Why was the dog not barking?
Did they kill the dog?
No, they didn't.
Yeah, like, you can't even come near my house and my dogs bark. Like, you don't have to even come up if they just hear something, um, my dogs will bark. You don't even have to come in on my porch even. So, yeah, but then, too, if you're on some kind of medication or kids in college, they do drugs and everything, or maybe the noises they heard, how do you say that? Maybe they thought somebody was having sex.
Could be.
I
Could be.
mean,
They thought it was a
depending on
party.
what they could hear. I mean, I'm just throwing out something there.
Yeah.
But they were stabbed, so
Yeah.
like multiple times.
Yes, the coroner stated that uh all of them had multiple stab wounds, to my understanding, and each of them the each of them the fatal stab wound was to the chest.
Mm.
Some of them had defensive wounds. They fought, so at least I would say at least two of them, from the way it sounded, fought back, or woke up during the altercation or the attack.
Mm.
But yeah, it was gruesome. Uh, uh, there was seasoned detectives who had been on the force for 20 plus years that said that this was the worst crime scene that they'd ever witnessed.
Goodness.
Hmm. And I saw what juror said. She believes that the suspect was waiting in the house. That's interesting.
When are you gonna go live about that? It's today?
Tonight, yeah, I'll probably go live about it tonight, and then me and Jura's going to talk about it tomorrow. I'll be
Cool.
interested to hear her theories.
Yeah,
We'll just,
yeah. I'll be interested to watch y'all.
yeah, because I know you go to bed early, so you don't get to catch the night lives, but you can watch tomorrow. I think we're going to go live around 1 my time,
Oh,
1
cool.
Eastern.
Yeah, I'll just make sure I'm do you have it preset? Do you have it already?
Not yet. I need to talk to Jura because she said do it on my channel, but I think we should do it on Jura. I think we should do it on your channel so that you can have a live stream on this on yours, and I get some of my people over there, because I've got 1,000 of
Y'all, do you hear this? Do you hear this? Do you hear this person actually, Brittany actually being not, this is how creators can behave with each other. Well, let's do it over on yours, drawer, so you can get some of my people over on your channel. You got other creators who would be like, "You're taking my subscribers."
That kills me.
I appreciate that, Brittany. That is so sweet.
Well, that kills me too, because YouTube is big enough for everybody, and the way that people act like subscribers are their property
Yeah.
is insane. They act like, okay, so that would be like, they act like if their subscribers came to me and subbed to me, that they're going to leave them. No, that's just going to be another person they watch. They're still going to watch you too. We're different people.
And even if you go live at the same time, it's gonna be that's going to come down to who they want because like you told me the other day, you can't avoid going live when your friends go live. So, I mean, I too try to avoid if somebody's live. But there if you have very many friends on here, you can't do that. You just have
No.
to, go live when you can go live and just it's not to step on anybody's toes or anything if you go live at the same time. It's just like I don't go live at night, so I I only have a limited, somewhat limited when I can go live. But
Mhm.
I'm not saying I'll never go live at night, but I don't right now, and I do. I go to bed 10:30ish. Um, so and a lot of times people go live at 10 or 10:30.
Well, yeah, and if you go live around your friends and you start doing it for one, you're gonna have to do it for all of them. And then when are you ever gonna be able to go live? Because there's only so many time slots in a day.
Mhm.
You have to do, I mean, I'm with you. I do try to be mindful, at times. Like if Allie's going live, I'll be like, okay, well, I'll push mine back so I can be at yours. But I can't always do that. And for the most part, people are pretty understanding of that.
And the other thing is if I set my live up, uh, the day before and then other people and then I later discover other people are going live, well, I'm not the one who I don't like to or let me say this, it bothers me when people set up a live and then push the time, push the time, push the time, push the time, and then push it to another day. And I've had that happen where I'm trying to avoid a certain creator or, a creator and not go live. And then I didn't do mine. I didn't set mine because I saw they had one set and then they don't end up doing theirs until like the next day or something.
Mhm.
And I just saw I'm like, I can't work around all these other people. So I'm not being like, let me go live when somebody else is live. I don't do that, but at the same time, we kind of have to go live when we can. So,
Yeah, you have to. And each of us are here trying to work on our channels, and most people do. They understand that.
mhm.
Um, but yeah, it's crazy to me that we don't own subscribers. These are grown people doing their own thing. They're going to go wherever they want to go. And if you got an attitude of, I'm not going to help other people, and those are my subscribers. They don't belong anywhere. You're never going to get anywhere like that. You might as well network with people, and
You're
you
definitely
know,
gonna you're definitely going to limit how many subscribers you can ever get because
mhm,
you're right on, right out saying, well, you can't be over here if you're over there. And no, that doesn't mean that I like seeing people who I see in my chat in certain other chats, depending on what they're saying, but it doesn't I still don't own them. Like, for
mm-mm,
instance, I'll just use this for instance, like, I'm a Clover I don't know if you're still here, but I'm a Clover was with Natasha, and, she didn't like me, and I didn't like her because she was one of her main, mods and everything, and now we're friends. Um, we email and we talk a little not a lot, but, some, and I see her in people's chats who hate me, but we have a kind of a different kind of friendship where we were enemies and now, we talk and she's like, "You're really a nice person." I'm like, "Yeah." So, you know what I'm saying? Like,
mhm.
Brittany, you haven't dropped off once today.
I know.
Knock on wood.
Well, it's not my connection. It's my crazy fingers that throw myself off. I'll click
Oh.
the button by accident. Last night, my live shut down. If you go look at my channel, I got 2 live streams from last night. I don't know what happened, how. We had Teresa from Criminality up, all also up there talking, and she was telling me something, and I just look and you know how it says red live in red right now? Well, the live just went to ended that gray little box, and I was like,
That's
did
odd.
my broadcast cast just end? Like, I still don't know what happened. I've never had that happen to me where it just shut off without me touching anything.
Wow, that's weird. That is really weird. It's so your StreamYard actually shut down then. Your StreamYard ended it.
Mm-hmm. It was weird. I don't know what that was about.
Well, Brittany, we've managed to talk for 2 hours. I'm getting a little, needing to go to the bathroom, but I appreciate you so much coming on. Is there anything you wanna say in closing or any thoughts you had that you didn't talk about?
I appreciate you letting me come on and talk with you, and I'm glad that we had this conversation, and I hope that anybody who hears this, if you're listening to the replay, I nor I think it's okay to say for Barb too, we did not mean anything about any particular person in this conversation. It's just a general, what our experience or whatever. So I just want to put that out there. I'm not talking about any particular person. It's just what we've been through.
Sleuthie's making a good point maybe to end on. Women supporting women is a beautiful thing. I mean, I feel like, what is the best, making friends with Brittany has been a really, upturn for me here lately, and, just some of the ideas she's had and just the friendship, um,
Oh,
and that's what, that's a good part of YouTube, and it helps with all the dirty stuff, and, I'm glad for all the people who came over today from Brittany's, it's so not I mean, it's so refreshing to have somebody who's, um, helping me, like, I'm just not used to that, why can't we all do this? It would make
mhm.
so much more sense, and moving forward, I'm gonna try to be more like this with, everybody because you've Boo Sheet unsubscribe because, I like this is, I mean, real to me, and this is a good thing, and so you'll be back, Joan Kelly. So I think we're gonna go for the day. I appreciate everybody who's been here, who's new to me, for anybody who sticks around after that, and, watch soon for Brittany and I to, work on some true crime together, and,
Yeah, and Bushi was saying she was unsubscribed from me.
oh,
It happened to some of my subscribers. It's crazy. I don't know what that's about.
yeah, Brittany does work hard, and and to be kind to me, that's not something that I've had a whole lot of here. Um,
Oh,
and I trust you, and I don't I don't think you're gonna ever do anything to me, and
no.
we
You're a
don't.
good friend, Deb, and I value your friendship.
Thank you. Yeah, just check if you're not getting notifications, maybe you're not sub to people. But I appreciate y'all, and just keep this in mind when you are out and about in chat rooms, and maybe um you see things and you're like, "Oh, I kinda see, like, if this was aimed at me, how I would feel," and when you're thinking about creators and how things are said about each other and how it can be really hurtful, and, he and I think subscribers are sometimes very sensitive because I'll do something or say something, and they'll be like, "Well, I'm leaving you," or whatever, and they don't really know the whole story.
Mhm.
And also, I think the final thing I wanna say is just don't believe everything you hear, and Brittany mentioned that earlier, and I had it in one of my, uh, For Dummies videos that I did recently about just don't believe everything you hear, um, because it's not, you know, it may or may not be true, and if somebody's running around talking about us, there's probably some reason for that. That may or may not have to do anything to do with what they're saying. So, y'all have a wonderful day. Catch Brittany later. She's gonna be going live about the Idaho 4, which she named. She's the one who came up with that name. and it's all over the media now. So way to go, Brittany.
Yeah,
Thanks for
I
being here.
don't know if I am. I'm just taking that one.
I know. Thank you
Thank
for
you
being
both.
here, and I'll chat with you soon, and I'll see all you other people later. So have a great day.
Bye.
Bye, Brittany.